this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here again with our beginners junk journal, and we've been working on this gorgeous altered book, and I promised that I would come back and we would do the cover together. Now I haven't got a concrete plan of what I'm going to do with the cover, but what I did think that I would quite like to do is paint the outside of the cover as a first step, I guess. So I've been using my household paint. So, I mean, over here in the UK, we just call this household emulsion. It's just matte household emulsion. It's a crown paint. My one happens to be called Antique Cream, but, you know, you could use anything. So I've just taken a brush here and I'm just going to literally get the paint all over the cover of the book. I do this quite often with altered books. You know, I think they lend themselves really well to just being painted, funnily enough. And yeah, I mean, the paint goes on really well and I really like the look of it. It just, for me, it just works. So all I'm going to do is just literally go over the whole thing, front and back, around the spine and everything else. I will dry it off with my heat tool, and then I will probably do, you know, maybe a couple of coats, 3 coats, depending on how many I think it needs. Again, it doesn't have to be completely covered. You know, you might decide that yours looks quite nice, you know, quite patchy. It will depend a bit what colour paint you're using, and of course what colour your book is. You know, if you're using, for instance, a red book and your journal is predominantly blue inside, you may want to cover up the entire cover. Mine, luckily, I have got some black touches in my journal anyway, because obviously we used the fabric pieces which have got some black on them. So if I've got black showing through, it's not going to be the end of the world. It's going to kind of, you know, kind of tie in anyway. So yeah, it's not going to be a big deal. So I'm just going to go all over the whole thing. Oops. Like that. Okay. And, you know, you might want to just kind of, you know, dab out any that might go over the edge and things like that. But, you know, just play it by ear and don't kind of get too stressed about it or anything. I have to confess that often, you know, this is easier to do perhaps before decorating the journal, because you can then kind of get into the inside of the covers as well. I have not decorated the inside and the inside of the back and the inside of the front. I haven't done those yet. So, you know, if I need to kind of go in and paint around those, I'm fine to do that because I haven't decorated those pages as yet. So, yeah, but I mean, I guess just a bit of a, you know, heads up really. If you're doing kind of an altered book that you think you might paint, it's probably best to paint the cover before you're going to decorate the inside of the front or the back cover, because you know, you don't want to get paint on, you know, on your freshly decorated pages basically. So okay, right, I'm just going to dry this off with the heat tool, and then I'm going to probably give it another coat, dry it off again, and then I'll be back. So hold on. Okay, so I'm back, and my cover, as you can see, I mean, it's quite patchy. Oops, I mean, I've actually now just dabbed it into my desk, obviously onto some ink, but it's absolutely fine, you know, I don't mind at all. So what I thought we could do is make a kind of topper like what we made in the mass making. So if I just kind of bring one in, we made this in the Pinterest Picks series, and what I thought we could do is just make something similar to this, and we could make it either with paper or obviously with fabric. So let's make it with some paper. So obviously I've got this paper that we have been using, you know, so far in the book. So let's just take that and let's just okay, let's just kind of cut it out roughly. Yeah, I probably should kind of do some sort of guide here, but you know, let's just go for it. So we'll just cut that like that. Okay, so we've got a smaller piece now to work with, and then I'm just going to go like across here. So yeah, I'll just kind of cut that down. Okay, whoops. Okay, so I'm going to trim it down slightly more because it's actually, you know, quite big still. So I'm just going to go in on that side where it's pretty wonky. Okie dokie, like that. And then I'm just going to kind of layer it up really with a couple of other papers so that we get a nice, you know, pretty sort of effect going up or going on. I mean, we could have it either of those ways round. And then I don't know what we're going to have on the front, but possibly we could have something from this gorgeous children's book that I've been using. Let's have a look. Oh, I mean, how cute is that picture? Oh, that one's cute too. This book's got just the most adorable pictures in it, and yeah, it's kind of hard to decide, to be honest, but how gorgeous does that look? Very, very cute, isn't it? Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is just, like, again, fussy tear around her. I will probably have to include that drum because let's include the drum first and then kind of see how it's going to look, because the drum's not going to fit on there, you know, in its entirety. Yeah, wonder what she's going to look like. Oh, let's just fussy tear her out without the drum. Okay, right. Okay, just go in. Oh, let me just pull my glasses down because I will regret this otherwise when I've just made a hideous job of doing this. So I'm just tearing, you know, close-ish around her. Doesn't have to be perfect, you know, just to get her out roughly. Okay, like that. Oh, she is so cute, isn't she? I'm going to just tear some of this off because it's making her a little bit long. Okay. Oh, she's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Right. Okay. So I want to probably layer up something else as well. So just have a look. Wonder if I want the, you know, this. Just seeing kind of what would look best, like whether I want a sort of 3-layer thing going on like obviously that. I have got that you know, painted book page. I mean, we could use that, to be honest. I mean, they all look quite nice. Oh, I think I quite like it like that. So right, okay, let's have a look. Right, let me move the cover out of the way for a moment and then we can just work on it here, which is then, you know, obviously going to be a little bit easier. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be a bit too small, isn't it? So, oops, where's she gone? Just going to just tear a little bit of this. Oops. Oh, I mean, doesn't she look so cute? Right, okay, I'm going to just tear this off. I mean, again, I'm just going to be super messy and just tear it. Hope for the best here, okay? Okay. Right. And then I'm just going to try and put this behind. I mean, obviously, as you can see, you know, I mean, this is actually wider than the other piece. So what I'll do is kind of offset them slightly so they're not, you know, not, oh, what's the word? You know, so this isn't on top of it with just then top and tailed, but instead I've got like a little bit hanging out to the side because it just sort of somehow balances it out a bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rough around the edges of this. I just love how it looks when it's like super, you know, super messy and sort of roughed up really. So we'll just rough that up like that. Okay. Okay. Right, okay. And then I'm just going to glue this down. So again, I'm just going to use my wet glue to glue this one. So let's just glue that down. But you know, you don't have to use your wet glue. Use you know, whatever you've got to hand, or, you know, whatever you get on with best, basically. I mean, I just get on best really with my wet glue, but if you've got another glue that you prefer, then, you know, use that. Okay, right, press that down. Okay, and then this one here, I'm just going to rough this up because I've already got that rough edge, you know, where I've torn it. So I'm just going to tear around the rest, like that. Okay. Oh, that's so pretty. Just looks so pretty, just, you know, with nothing else even kind of on there. But yeah, right, let's get this one glued down. Okay. Oops. Oh gosh, sorry, just getting everything stuck onto that white now. Okay, right, press this one down now. So, I mean, again, you know, if your scraps aren't quite the right shapes or whatever to, you know, shapes and sizes to be able to layer them up in a sort of symmetrical way, I mean, you can always stagger them off, like just a little off center, and then actually, you know, I think they work really nicely then. Where otherwise, you know, you maybe would have struggled to, you know, to use them together. Right. So then I've got my book page there. And I've got that gorgeous, gorgeous girl. She just is so pretty, isn't she? Well, I think she's probably a doll, to be fair, but you know what I mean. That gorgeous image. Okay, right, let's have a look and see now, because we obviously had those flowers from the book that we bought with the flowers. So I'm just going to grab those and just see whether we want any of those anywhere. Okay, right, let me cut this like big sprig out. I'm just going to have a look because I mean, obviously there were lots of pages in that book and I only coffee dyed a couple, you know, for the purposes of the, you know, this little series. And yeah, just typically now I wish that I had obviously coffee dyed more of those, because I would have probably preferred the other page that was in that book. Oh, that's really annoying. Oh well, right, let's go for this. Again, I'm going to get rid of that butterfly altogether, I think, because it's just, you know, it's just in the way. It's just going to be fiddly to cut out. So, yep, let's just get rid of that. In fact, just going to get rid of that whole thing. In fact, I'm just going to get rid of all of those bits there. Yep. Okay. Yeah, that's better. So just get that out of the way. Oops. Oh gosh, come on. Oh, let me put my glasses on again. I'm struggling around to cut this, and oh, again, my glasses, they're just sat on my head, and just, yeah, you know, why be cutting not being able to see when your glasses are literally sat on your head in the first place? It's just mystifying, isn't it? Why would you do that? Okay, right. Just, oh, okay. When I cut this out last time, I can't remember whether I included these little green ones or not, to be honest. Now, shall I include that flower there? This is quite pretty, and it's very pink, where the other flowers are quite orange. So, yeah, I think it needs the pink one. Okay. Right, nearly done. Nearly done, nearly done. Oh. Okay. Okay. That one. Oops. Okay, and then right, almost there. Right, let me just quickly cut this bit out here. Okay, right. I mean, this might look rubbish anyway, to be honest. I might have cut it out and might just look rubbish anyway. Right, let's have a look. Oh, it's kind of quite cute like that, isn't it? As if she's kind of just poking out from behind there. So let's glue that painted book page down. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let me just squish that out. And I'll just need to, you know, ink all of this up, which I'll probably do before I stick those flowers on, because these obviously have been coffee dyed, so they're quite dark anyway. So I'm just going to ink it up now. Oh, sorry. The glue is obviously quite wet there, so I'll just wipe that off with my wet wipe. Otherwise it's, yeah, not looking so good. Okay, I'll go down there. Oops. Okay, nearly done, and then I will ink her up as well. Okay, I mean, she's, you know, she's kind of discoloured anyway. Well, I don't know whether she is discoloured actually. I suspect that the book pages were that colour in the first place, to be honest, you know, when the book was new, but anyway. So she's going to go on there. Oh, she's so cute. Right. And we can just kind of put the flowers there with her, you know, poking out behind them. And then do we want anything else? Because obviously we've got the, like this Hessian ribbony type stuff that we also bought. Whoops. Also bought when we went shopping. I mean, we could kind of have a bit of that, or we could have it like ruffled along. Looks quite pretty. Or do we want some lace? I mean, obviously lace is always my favourite. You know, lace just always looks good, doesn't it? Wherever you put it, to be honest. So, oh, that looks so pretty, doesn't it? Right, let's glue her on. Okay. Oops, like that. Okay, like that. And then just going to glue the lace down there. But actually, just before I do that, I'm just going to bring the book page, the book, not the book page, the book back in, because, you know, of course we may decide to have lace kind of somewhere else, in which case, you know, it might just change where we want to have that lace. I mean, again, we've got that lovely Hessian that we could have kind of there, or yeah, maybe kind of on the side or something. I mean, again, we could have some here, like a, what do you call it? You know, tab. So let's just cut out a little bit there. Oops. Yeah, I mean, I just love how that looks, to be honest, that little Hessian type piece. So definitely have that there. Okay, we'll just glue that down like that. Okay. Oh, that's so pretty. Really, really, really looks nice. And then obviously she's going to go on there. So I'm going to just ink around the book, because I mean, this household paint as well, you know, of course you can just ink all over it. It, you know, it just inks up really well as well. So just like it did, you know, on the book page, it's just as good when you paint over the cover. So that just helps to bring it all together as well, you know. And again, before I actually do the rest, I'll just go around the whole thing whilst I'm at it. I'll just go down the spine and then just on the back. I mean, the back's quite tatty looking, to be honest, because obviously I didn't do a very thick coat. You know, I did a couple of thin coats. You can still see kind of the black coming through. I mean, again, personally, I don't mind that. You know, I think that's quite nice. But, of course, you know, if you find that a bit too tatty, then, you know, paint more coats. I mean, personally, I prefer it to look like this than like a solid painted surface, because that then doesn't look very, you know, very vintagey. It looks quite, you know, I don't know, like a brand new painted wall, I guess. Okay, right. So, I mean, depending really on how you want to go with your cover, because obviously if you put things like, you know, the flowers and things on here, you've got things that can be kind of broken off. You know, obviously this is a cover, so it's up to you really how you know, how you want to decorate it. I mean, I can't help but think these would look really, really, really cute on there. You know, they're really sweet, aren't they? So I might just kind of you know, blob a couple around, because I think they just look really, really pretty. I can't decide whether to put this down here or not. I mean, I definitely want something running down that side. I'm not sure what that something is. Let me just bring in this fabric. Oh, that's quite pretty, isn't it? I mean, who'd have thought? Who'd have thought that this fabric would actually look quite cool on there? Just tear this down. Okay, and probably just want to have enough to cover the spine. So yeah, probably tear it perhaps about here. Okay, like that, and yeah, like that. So I'm just going to trim the ends down. Okay. Oops, I think I just binned one of those little paper flowers there. Yep. Okay. And then just, okay. Right. Yeah, I love how that looks. Okay. Now, so, right, I'm going to Fabri-Tac this on. So again, you know, if you don't have Fabri-Tac, because I mean, I didn't have Fabri-Tac until, I think last year. You know, I was gifted some in Happy Mail. I'd never tried it previously because it is quite expensive. So, you know, I mean, again, I managed for years without Fabri-Tac. You know, I always found my tacky glue, it just glued the fabric down fine. So don't kind of feel like, again, you have to rush out and buy something special. Use the glue that you've got. Okay. That looks really nice like that. Now I haven't glued it down here because I just want to check whether I want it over or under my piece. Yeah, I definitely want it over. It just looks so cute like that, doesn't it? Right, so I'm going to Fabri-Tac this on. Again, you know, I'm just using this because I've got this. If I didn't have this, I would just use my tacky glue. I mean, you could use Mod Podge, you could use your hot glue gun, you know, whatever you've got. Don't, you know, don't stress. Just use what you've got. Okay. Right, let's glue. Because of course you want to make sure it's, you know, glued enough. Okay. Okay, so just pop that down like that. And then just, you know, press it out, obviously, to get it, you know, glued down enough. And then, you know, you can go over this with some varnish. You could go over it with, you know, some Mod Podge or, you know, whatever, to give it a bit more kind of durability, really. Okay. So just making sure that it's really well stuck down everywhere. Okay, and then of course you can just bring in then that fabric here. So I'm just going to run some Fabri-Tac again, like down here into that crease off the spine. Oops, like that. And then here as well, onto that, or you know, right next to that like topper, and then just a little bit on top of the topper. On top of the topper. Okay, so you've got then, you know, it really nicely well glued down everywhere. So like that. Okay. Squish that in. What did I do with that lace that I had? So yeah, I'm going to have her poking out behind those flowers. Oops. Yeah, she's going to have to go that way because otherwise she's the flowers are upside down. Okay, so again, because these are you know, have got lots of little bits. Actually, I'm going to hot glue these. I was going to say I'm going to Fabri-Tac them so they're like completely flat, but I mean, I could just, yeah, hot glue them on, to be honest. Oh, I'll Fabri-Tac them, I think. Yeah, I'm going to Fabri-Tac these. So, right. But again, you know, use what you've got. Okay. So I've tried to go into all of those little nooks and crannies, you know, the little pieces that are sort of hanging off. Tried to make sure that I've got them, you know, so it's not going to have bits that aren't sort of properly glued down. So I mean, like that, it's got that big pointy bit, just gone now down to the end to make sure that's kind of glued on. Okay. Oh, I haven't glued that lace down. So I'll glue the lace down in a second. It's fine. So really press that down. Obviously I'm going over with my white because, you know, that Fabri-Tac now is obviously oozing out everywhere. Okay. Like that. And then I'm just going to go under here. First of all, just kind of glue it there. And then I'll just go in, oops, a little bit here. Oops, I'm not even sure any glue came out. Oh, there we go. It's a bit better. Right, and glue that down. And then just go here as well. Okay. So, I mean, hopefully that's now, yeah, glued nicely down. You know, and then I could obviously add in a few of these cute little flowers, which, oh, don't they just look so cute? I mean, as I say, they are a kind of, you know, mixed bag really, because, you know, they are then like a 3D element, which, you know, I don't that often kind of like to have things that could get caught, you know, on a cover, but I can't resist having them because they just look so pretty. You know, in this journal, they just look so gorgeous. That of course, as soon as I tried them there, then that's it. I'm just suckered in then and can't not have them. Okay. Just have, oops, that one just like, do we want them both next to each other? Yeah. Like that. And then do we want anything here over this, you know, Hessian tab? Oh no, not that. Definitely not that. Oh no, it's got too many flowers now. That was like a one too many situation. Yeah, I mean that's probably got enough on there, I think. I mean, you could kind of have something like that, I don't think it really needs it. To be honest, I'm probably now, you know, gone into kind of over decorating mode and just then make it look terrible, but you know, could just play around and sort of, I don't know, put something else on if you wanted. Or I wonder if we should have any more lace. I mean, this is all the lace that I've got left of that roll. I can't remember, was the roll, was it a metre? I can't remember, to be honest, whether it was 1 metre or more. I mean, it wasn't the biggest roll on the planet, so... But I have got quite a few more pages left to do inside the journal. So, yeah, I'll probably finish up all of that lace, to be honest, in the rest of the journal. So, well, that looks quite pretty up there, actually. Right, I'm just going to put this here. Again, let's just stick it down straight there. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that looks so pretty, doesn't it? And I mean, you know, I know we didn't buy buttons, but I know we talked, you know, initially about kind of, you know, pulling in old things that you've got laying around. So, you know, I'm kind of just going on the assumption that most people have some buttons somewhere in their house. You know, whether or not they obviously go with your project is another thing. But, you know, if you do have some buttons, you could always put some buttons on there. Sorry, I'm just rummaging through my buttons, seeing whether I've got any that would just go, oh, I like that. Yeah. Right, so I'm just going to literally pop that one down just onto there. And then the only other thing that I need to do is just glue this side down of this fabric, because of course, you know, that's still flapping about. So again, just using my Fabri-Tac. Like that. Okay. There we go. Okay, and that's it. That's our cover done. So I hope you like it. I mean, I love how that cover looks. It's really cute, really, really cute. Yeah, so I hope that you like it. I mean, I hope that you've had a real lot of fun kind of on the, you know, doing your journal and things like that. And yeah, I will be back obviously with a final flip through. Like I say, I mean, I haven't finished this. I've got lots of pages left to fill in. So I'll go off and kind of do those because, you know, I'm not doing anything kind of that we haven't really done before. I will just be painting these and then, you know, possibly add in the clusters that I've got left, you know, maybe to here, for instance, with a painted page. And yeah, that will kind of be it really. And yeah, then I will be back obviously to show you the finished book. So I really hope that you've enjoyed the series, and I hope that you created something that you absolutely love. And yeah, that you hopefully feel really pleased and proud of, and yeah, that you can kind of cherish or sell or, you know, gift to a friend or, you know, any of those things. So thank you so much for watching, and see you guys soon. Thanks then. Bye.